Whether it's causing chaos around the house or stealing things they shouldn't, like tissues and socks, our little long dogs can sometimes be a lot to handle. But don't worry, we're going to share some expert tips to help tame your dachshund and get that attention seeking behavior under control. Dachshunds are experts at getting what they want, but how do they do it? Could it be their super cute puppy eyes, or could spite be their best strategy? Just to clarify, here's the definition of spite: to intentionally annoy, upset, or hurt someone. Now, do I believe that dachshunds intentionally try to hurt their owners? No, absolutely not. But the intentionally annoy part definitely gets my attention, doesn't it? What do you think? Dachshund parents, how does your dachshund get what they want? Let us know in the comments. We really do want you to share your experience with us. Meet my mini dachshund Echo. He's 5 years old. He's piebald and silver dapple. And he's a stinker. He's been my troublemaking doxie since day one, so I've had to come up with a lot of creative ways to keep him happy and entertained. And surprise, after talking to many other dachshund parents, this seems to be a trend among the mini dachshund crew. Echo's way of getting attention is usually looking for trouble. As a puppy, I remember Mr. Echo here getting my attention in a very interesting way when I was working on my blog, dachshundstation.com. I was in the living room on a tray table with a laptop, and a few minutes into work, I look around my laptop, and there's a little Echo puppy shredding a bunch of paper all over the floor, spreading it, running, dancing, having a ball, really, really enjoying himself. Flash forward to today, Mr. 5-year-old. I was doing some spring cleaning around the house, and I was hanging up a curtain across 2 large windows. You know, the scarf kind of curtain, not real easy to put up. And even after all the work, it doesn't look great. Anyway, I had laid 3 chairs across the 2 windows so that I could go across and even it out as I went. And after about 5 minutes of working on said curtain, I turn around and there's a dachshund on my dining room table. The table was a little too close to the 3 chairs that I had set aside for myself to put the curtain up. And it probably took Echo milliseconds to realize, hey, those chairs are close enough to the dining room table. I need to go to sneak a peek. And so he did. Luckily, the table was cleaned off. Nothing that he could eat was up there. But he's a smart cookie, and he knows that's where we do eat. So I just took a deep breath, carefully and slowly got down from my chair, and I didn't yell. I didn't make any quick moves. I just gently picked him up, put him on the floor so that he didn't dart off the table and hurt himself. I wish I could say this is the first time he's ever done this. Hey, I didn't even hear him get on the table, so he's definitely upped his stealth game. So what can you do when your dachshund is literally looking for trouble? I'll tell you. Your dachshund has a very active mind and will do anything to get your attention, a lot like a small child. Whenever I have a doxie parent having some issues with their dachshund, or when my own dachshunds tend to act up, there are 2 things that will help reduce that doxie troublesome behavior. Number 1, mental stimulation. This is the brain food your dachshund desires every day in order to feel happy and healthy and content. Without it, they can become destructive, they can act out, trying to get your attention a lot more. There are a few things you can do for mental stimulation throughout the day. First thing I recommend is going on sniff walks. This is basically a really slow walk with your dachshund. I usually do it in the morning when it's time to take my dachshunds out to go potty. And what it is, basically, we go around the yard or around the block, and I allow them to just take their time and sniff. As you know, most of them want to do this all the time alongside you on a walk, and it doesn't feel like a good power walk or exercise, but it actually is for them. It's exercising their brain. It's that brain food, mental stimulation. So if you can give your dachshund a few extra moments to just sniff it out, they will really appreciate it. Next up, I like to talk about doggy IQ games or puzzles. The great thing about doggy IQ games or puzzle toys is that you put the food or treats inside the toy and the dog has to work hard to get to it. Dachshunds love this type of activity, so it is the greatest thing to do. I like to always talk about one of my favorites called the Babala. You put food or treats in the top, and then there's a little slider door at the bottom. When you're training your dog for the first time on this type of toy, have it wide open. I have two dachshunds, Greta and Echo will move this with his nose to get the treat to come out, like forcefully. He loves it. Greta, on the other hand, she does it with her little paw. She will rock it with her paw, and it's very, very cute. Next up is a puzzle toy that is, I would say, in my opinion, about a level 2. This is great for my dachshund Echo, who is a total smarty pants. You hide your little treats inside, and the hard part, at least in my opinion, is the middle. You have to move the middle around in order to get to each part, and he gets through it, and it takes him a while. And everything that I show you in this video will be linked in the description. Next up is the snuffle mat, and I've had this for a number of years. There's different flaps and little cups, things you hide the dry food or treats in. The next thing I like to promote for mental stimulation is slow feeder bowls. You can do mental stimulation at dinner time. This is how you do it. Grab a couple different designs and let them go to town. Now, depending on how fast your dog eats, like my dog Echo eats super fast, inhales everything way too fast, so I had to get these. You can put dry food, wet food, fresh food, and it takes them a while to get through it. Some other favorites I have, this is a puzzle bowl, and this is a slow feeder bowl as well. So we've talked a lot about mental stimulation for your dachshunds, and now it's time to talk about the physical. Moving their bodies, getting those little legs and that cute little body moving every day. If you're not able to go on a walk because it's too hot or it's raining and whatever, get them to run around inside. In the evening, usually after dinner time, after I feed the dogs, we all go on a walk outside, and that's usually a 20-minute walk as well. And that one is a little bit more vigorous. We don't do as much sniff time. It's walking up and back. Basically, it all comes down to tire out the brain with mental stimulation, tire out the body with physical exercise. Those two things, mental stimulation and physical exercise, are going to be the keys to keeping your dachshund calm, content, happy, and not bored and destructive. Friends, I appreciate you. You are doing a great job as a dachshund parent. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but you've got this. Keep going. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check out the next video. We have a full review on all of our favorite doggy IQ toys. Enjoy.